in physical world and measurement, we have discussed earlier about dimensional analysis. In continuation to that, let us try to understand the concept of errors of measurements. But before actually going to know about errors and how they have to be measured, let us understand something what is known as significant figures and rounding off techniques. So let us focus on understanding significant figures. For our discussion's sake, I am representing significant figures as SF. Now, what does a significant figure mean basically? Significant figures in the measured value of a physical quantity tells the number of digits in which we have confidence. Larger the number of significant figures obtained in a measurement, greater is the accuracy of measurement. The reverse is also true. So that means whenever you have more number of values, including decimals, then that much accurate could be your result. So there is a convention followed here. What is the convention? The number of digits which are known accurately, that is, the conventionally what happens is, when we talk about significant figures, the number of digits which are known accurately plus the last one digit whose value is known only approximately, together they form something what is known as significant figures. Significant figure is nothing but the number of digits which are known accurately plus the last one digit whose value is known only approximately together form significant figures. For example, let us suppose that we are measuring the length of a straight line using a meter rod. And let us say it lies between 12.4 centimeters and 12.5 centimeters. So we are measuring the length of a straight line using a meter rod and found to be lying between 12.4 centimeters and 12.5 centimeters. Then we may estimate it as length equal to the approximate average value 12.48 centimeters. Now this expression 12.48, if you observe, it has four significant figures. Out of these four significant figures, first three, 1, 2, 4, are precisely known. But the last digit 8 is only approximately known. Okay. So significant figures often represent the accuracy with which a physical quantity is measured. Therefore, the number of significant figures in a physical quantity depends on the least count of the instrument used for its measurement. Because more accuracy depends on significant figures only. So the number of significant figures in any physical quantity naturally depending on the least count of the instrument used for its measurement. For example, what is least count? Least count is nothing but the lowest accurate value that can be measured accurately with that instrument is called the least count of that instrument. For example, you take a meter scale. So in a scale, what is the lowest possible value that can accurately be measured? 1 centimeter only. Na? So 1 centimeter is the least count of scale. So least count is the lowest accurate possible value that can be measured with that instrument. So significant figures depend on the least count of the instrument. For example, take this case. Suppose we are measuring the thickness of a glass plate using a vernier calipers. Using the vernier calipers, we found it the thickness to be, let us say, 0.23. So, therefore, in this, there are two significant figures. When you measure the same thickness of same glass plate using another instrument, let us say spirometer. So when you are measuring thickness with the help of a spirometer, let us say you got the value as 0.237 centimeters. So when we measured the thickness with vernier calipers, we got as 0.23 centimeters. With spirometer, we got 0.237 centimeters. That means this value has got three significant figures. That means it has more number of significant figures than this value. So therefore, this value is more accurate than this value. So this value which has got three significant figures is found to be more accurate than this value which has only two significant figures. Okay. So therefore we can say this is more accurate. Suppose if you take last digit being the unreliable digit in both the cases, last digit is most unreliable. Then if you calculate the maximum error, for example, if you take 0.23, in thickness equal to 0.23, if the last digit is taken as unreliable, then maximum error could be what? Plus or minus 0.01 centimeters. Because you are taking error in the last digit. Suppose if the same error is taken in the other one, in this one, if the last digit is taken as unreliable, then the maximum error in this case is plus or minus 0.001. Got it? So therefore, obviously, if you calculate the percentage error, in the first observation, that is 0.23, it is plus or minus 0.01 for 0.23. For 100, how much? So therefore, it is 0.01 divided by 0.23 into 100. So percentage calculated. Percentage error in the first observed reading is found to be 4.34%. Similarly, if you look at the second observation percentage, it is coming to be plus or minus 0.001. Therefore, for 0.237, if you calculate the percentage error, you will get as 0.422%. So therefore, even from this also, even the second observation is found to be more accurate than the first observation. This is what we need to understand from this. There are certain common rules for counting significant figures. Let us understand one after the other. Let us say, look at first rule. First rule says that all non-zero digits are significant. All non-zero digits are significant. For instance, if you take, let us say x equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. They are non-zeros. So therefore, the number of significant figures in this case is 4. Also, if you take another example, suppose let us say x equal to 1, 8, 9. These are all non-zero digits. Therefore, the number of significant digits is equal to 3 here. This is rule 1. Let us look at rule 2. What is rule 2? All zeros occurring between two non-zero digits are significant. All zeros occurring between two non-zero digits are significant. For example, x equal to 1007. So this extreme end, if you take 1 and 7, they are non-zero digits. So in between there are zeros. So zeros occurring between two non-zero digits, they are significant. Therefore here total you have 4 significant numbers. Similarly, if you take x equal to decimal value 1 equal to 1.0809. Now number of significance you have to calculate. So this is extreme and you have non-zero digits. So in between zeros have to be taken into consideration. So therefore altogether you have here, if you apply this rule, the number of significant figures equal to 5. So this is rule number 2. Let us look at rule number 3. If you look at rule number 3, in a number less than 1, all the zeros to the right of the decimal point and to the left of a non-zero digit are not significant. In a number less than 1, that means it's a decimal one, fraction. All zeros to the right of decimal point and the left of non-zero digit are not significant. For example, you take a value x equal to 0.0084. How many number of significant figures are here? This is less than 1. All zeros to the right of decimal point here, they are on the right of decimal point and to the left of non-zero digit. Here left non-zero digit is what here? In the decimal area 8. So prior to that, what are there? 0. These two have to be ignored because they are not significant. So all the zeros to the right of decimal point and to the left of the non-zero digit, they are not significant. So therefore this you cannot take. Therefore only you have significant figures here 2. Similarly, if you take, let us say, 1.0084. Very interesting value here. Now, if you see the second rule here, all zeros occurring between two non-zero digits are significant. So this rule straight away applies here. Because this is not less than 1. This is more than 1. Therefore, you just cannot apply this formula here. So due to this rule, this will significant number of significant figures equal to 5. So let us look at rule number 4. What is rule number 4? All zeros on the right of the last non-zero digit in the decimal part are significant. All zeros on the right of the last non-zero digit in the decimal part are significant. For example, you take a value x equal to 0.00800. Now, all zeros on the right of the last non-zero digit. In this, on the right of the last, what is the last non-zero digit? 8. To its right, what are there? These two. These are significant. So you have to take these to be significant. So here, therefore, 3 significant figures, 800 are the 3 significant figures. But the zeros before 8, these are not significant. In this case, suppose if you take 1.00, this has got significant figures 3. So let us look at rule number 5. So this says all zeros on the right of non-zero digit are non-significant. All zeros on the right of non-zero digits are not significant. For example, you take a value x equal to 1000. So as per this, all zeros on the right of non-zero digit, 1 is the non-zero digit here. So to the right of this non-zero digit, these zeros, these are not significant. Therefore, the number of significant digits here is equal to 1 only. Similarly, if you take another value, let us say 3,78,000. So here is non-zero digit is 8. To the right of it, these are the zeros. So all these zeros are not significant. Therefore, in that case, the total number of significant figures in this is 3 only. There are 3 significant figures in this. Let us look at 6th rule. It says all zeros on the right of the last non-zero digit become significant. Rule number 6 says all zeros on the right of last non-zero digit become significant when they come from a measurement. For instance, let us suppose the distance between two stations is measured as, say, 3050 meters. Now it has 4 significant figures. The same distance can be expressed as 3.050 kilometers or 3.050 into 10 power 5 centimeters. In all these expressions, the number of significant figures continues to be 4 only. So therefore, we can conclude that the change in the units of measurement of a quantity does not change the number of significant figures. Here we have to understand a very important note. We have to note that the decimal point does not separate the reliable and unreliable digits or does not separate significant or non-significant digits. That means it's not the decimal point that separates these things. And also it is often customary to write the decimal after the first digit. For example, 226.4 centimeters is generally written as 2.264 into 10 power 2 centimeters. Again, if you say some mass, 0.00983 kg is normally written as 9.83 into 10 power minus 3 kg. Similarly, if you take another distance, some 56 lakhs 7,000 or 5 lakhs 67,000 is meters is written as 5.67 into 10 power 5 meters. So the decimal point does not separate reliable, unreliable or significant or non-significant. So it is always customary to write the decimal after the first digit. This is what we need to know about significant figures. Now let us understand something what is known as rounding off numbers. Normally when we conduct an experiment, from the experiment we observe certain things and note down the observational points. And based on the observational points, we all know that we will substitute those observational points in a formula and try to calculate and simplify. While simplifying, we used to round off certain decimal points. But for rounding off also, there are certain rules and regulations. Let us understand the rules involved in rounding off numbers, one after the other. So the first rule in rounding off the numbers is, if you want to drop a digit in a decimal point, if the digit to be dropped is, say, less than 5, then the preceding digit is left unchanged. Whenever you are dropping a digit which is less than 5, then the preceding digit is left unchanged. For example, you have a value of 7.82. Now you want to drop 2. So 2 is less than 5. Then therefore the preceding digit to this is what? 8. This should not be changed. Therefore x equal to 7. In x equal to 7.82, Now if you want to round off, we will write it as 7.8. Similarly, so let us take yet another example. Say for example, a measured value. Let us say x equal to 3.94. So you want to drop out this digit 4. So this digit 4 is less than 5. So therefore for rounding off, the digit preceding this, that is 9, this should be left unchanged. Therefore x equal to 3.94 is rounded off to 3.9. This is rule 1. Let us look at rule number 2. For example, what is rule number 2 says? If the digit to be dropped is more than 5, then the preceding digit is raised by 1. Earlier, if it is less than 5, the preceding digit is left unchanged. Here, if the digit you are dropping is more than 5, then the preceding digit should be raised by 1. For example, you take x equal to 6.87. Now this 7 you want to drop. The 7 is more than 5. Therefore, automatically the previous digit, that is the preceding digit, should be raised to 1, raised by 1. Therefore, 6.87 can be rounded off as 6.9. Similarly, if you take another value, x equal to 12.78. Now 8 you want to drop. 8 is more than 5. Therefore, the preceding digit here 7. It is to be raised by 1. Therefore, 12.78 is rounded off to 12.8. This is rule number 2. Rule number 3 is, if the digit to be dropped is 5 followed by digits other than 0, then the preceding digit is raised by 1. If the digit to be dropped is 5 followed by digits other than 0, then the preceding digit is to be raised by 1. For instance, if you take a measured value, let us say x equal to 16.351. Okay. Now the digit to be dropped is 5. This is followed by what? A digit other than 0. 1 is other than 0 only. Then in that case, the preceding digit is raised by 1. That means 3 is to be raised by 3 plus 1, 4. That means x equal to 16.351 is rounded off to 16.4. Similarly, if you take another example, let us say measured value x equal to 6.758. Now this you want to drop. Now the digit to be dropped is 5 followed by a digit other than 0. 8 is a digit other than 0. Therefore, the preceding digit, that is 7 here, it is to be raised by 1. Therefore, x equal to 6.758 is rounded off to 6.8. This is rule 3. Let us look at rule number 4. Rule number 4 says, if the digit to be dropped is 5 or 5 followed by zeros, then the preceding digit is left unchanged, even if it is even. That is, if the digit to be dropped is either 5 or 5 followed by zeros, then the preceding digit is to be left unchanged if it is found to be even. Say for example, x equal to 3.250 is the observed value. You want to round off. So 5 or 5 followed by 0. Now the preceding digit is left unchanged. So therefore, this being even, this number is even. So therefore, 2 is even. Therefore, you can leave it like that. So therefore, if you apply this rule, in the observed value x equal to 3.250, it is rounded off as 3.2. To confirm this idea, let us take yet another example. Say for example, you have an experimental observed value as 12.650. So this is 5 or 5 followed by zeros. The preceding digit is 6. 6 is even only. So therefore it is left unchanged. Therefore x equal to 12.650 is rounded as 12.6 only. Okay, this is rule number 4. Now here in rule number 4 you observe this is even. Let us see what will happen if it is odd. So that is rule number 5. Look at rule number 5. Same rule as for rule number 4, but only thing is number will be odd. That is, rule number 5 says, if the digit to be dropped is 5 or 5 followed by zeros, then the preceding digit is raised by 1 if it is odd. Earlier, it is left unchanged if it is even. Now, it should be raised by 1 if it is odd. For example, let us say an observed value x equal to 3.750. This we want to drop. So 5 or 5 followed by 0. The preceding digit, here it is, in this case it is 7. It is odd number. Then while rounding off, as per this rule, it should be raised by 1. So 7 should be raised by 1 means 7 plus 1 8. That means x equal to 3.750 is rounded as 3.8. Similarly, you take yet another example. For example, x equal to 16.150. So this digit which you want to drop, because it is equal to 5 or 5 followed by 0, the preceding digit, in this case it is 1, it is found to be odd. Then in that case, as per this rule, it should be raised by 1. So therefore, 16.150 can be rounded off as 16.2. This is how rule 5 is to be understood. These are some rules that are to be commonly observed while applying rounding of numbers. Now let us understand the arithmetical operations with significant figures. We know that any result is calculated by compounding, that is, either by adding or subtracting or multiplying or dividing two or more variables that might have been measured with different degrees of accuracy. Inaccuracy in the measurement of any one variable affects the accuracy of the final result. Therefore, in general, the final result of compounding any number of variables shall have significant figures corresponding to their numbers in the least accurate variable involved. So to understand this, for example, let us consider a gold chain of which all links are very strong except one link. Naturally, the chain will obviously break at the weakest link. So thus, the strength of the chain cannot be more than the strength of the weakest link in the chain. So therefore, the results of arithmetical operations performed with measurements cannot be more accurate than the original measurements themselves. Therefore, hence, we have to ensure that we do not imply a greater accuracy in our result than was obtained originally in our measurements. Let me demonstrate this. So we shall take up some certain examples to show this with addition and subtraction as well as multiplication and division. Let us take addition and subtraction. So in addition or subtraction, the number of decimal places in the result should equal the smallest number of decimal places of terms in the operation. For example, the statement is very interesting and confusing also. I am again repeating. In addition or subtraction, the number of decimal places in the result should equal the smallest number of decimal places of terms in the operation. For instance, for example, consider 3 different measurements of length. So when you are trying to sum up, so let the measurements taken are, let us say, 2.1 meter, 1.78 meter and 2.046 meters. Now when you take the sum of all the 3 measurements, it comes to around 5.926 meters. Now this can be rounded off using rounding off rules to 5.9 meters. So 5.9 meters you have rounded off this. That means up to smallest number of decimal places you have adjusted. So the number of decimal places in the ultimate result is equal to what? Smallest number of decimal places of the term. So what are the smallest places among them? Here the smallest number of decimal places this only. Na? So this should be equal to this. It is like 2.1 only, 5.9. Here the smallest number of decimal places we have rounded off. Okay. So this is one example. To concrete this idea, let me take the subtraction example also. Before that, let me take up yet another example in continuation to this to get a clear idea about this. Here we have taken 3 measurements. Each has got a different number of decimal places. Take up the sum, round off. When rounded off, it is up to the smallest number of decimal places. Is it not? This is equal to what? This is equal to smallest number of decimal places in the terms of the operation. Among the terms of the operation, the smallest number of decimal places is this only. Na? So this ultimate result is equal to this. So this rule is exactly applied here. Let us take up yet another example. So let us take 2 different variables. Say for example, x equal to 12.587 meters and y equal to 12.5 meters. So when you subtract x minus y, this is 12.587 minus 12.5, it is 0.087 meters. Now you can round off to 0.1 meters. So here we have to understand that in the subtraction of quantities of nearly equal magnitudes, accuracy is almost destroyed. For example, you see this example, how the accuracy is destroyed here. So x equal to 12.87 meters, y equal to 12.86 meters. When you take the subtraction, 12.8 minus 87 minus 12.86, it is 0.01 meters only. So the difference has only one significant figure. Whereas if you take x and y, each have 4 significant figures. Whereas the difference has got only one significant figure each. In them they have 4 significant each, here is only one significant figure. That means in the subtraction of quantities of almost nearly equal magnitudes, accuracy is almost destroyed. Therefore, to avoid this, we always try to measure directly the difference between the 2 nearly equal quantities instead of measuring the quantities and calculating the difference. That is the best method. Interestingly, when you look at this concept from the angle of multiplication and division, the number of significant figures in the product or in the quotient is same as the smallest number of significant figures in any of the factors. For example, if you take x equal to 3.8 and y equal to 0.125, therefore if you take the product x into y, that is 3.8 into 0.125, it comes to around 0.475. Because the least number of significant figure is 2 in the case of 3.8. Therefore, x into y 0.475 can be rounded up to 0.48, which is rounded off to 2 significant figures. Similarly, if you take the division of